Another short-term decision that companies might make, especially if they are running close to capacity issues or trying to consider whether to utilize capacity in a more efficient way to manufacture more profitable products, they might consider an outsourcing decision, a make or buy type decision. And so this example walks us through those steps. If we have Wild Ride manufacturing snowboards, it gives us the cost of manufacturing 1,900 bindings. We have their material, their labor, their variable overheads. Remember, these are all variable cost. Then I have my fixed cost of $7,000 for a total cost of $30,150. So someone has come along, Lancaster, and has offered to sell the binding that we need for our snowboards for $16. And if this order were to take place, Wild Ride would have to pay $2 to get the bindings to their manufacturing facility and another 50 cents to add their logo to the binding. And so as Wild Ride has analyzed the possibility of outsourcing this product and purchasing their bindings from Lancaster, they have recognize that they could possibly avoid $2,400 of the $7,000 in fixed overhead. So if we've been asked to prepare an analysis to show whether Wild Ride should accept this outsourcing make or buy decision. So if what we want to know, once again, which costs are relevant, which cost would go away if we stopped manufacturing this part and instead bought it from someone else. All of our materials would go away, our labor and our variable overhead. We see that. $17,600 would go away, $3,500 would go away, $2,050. These are relevant because they would change as a result of the decision. But your book also tells us that we can get rid of $2,400 in fixed cost. So when we're talking about making, these are the costs that would change if I decided not to make the part. So they're relevant to the make decision. So the remaining fixed overhead amount is not going to change. So regardless of whether I continue to make this binding or I outsource it to someone else, those fixed costs will not change, so they are not relevant to this decision. Now, if I outsource, we can simply multiply or calculate the cost it would take us to buy this product. $16 for the binder, $2 for shipping, 50 cents for my logo. So basically $18.50 times 1,900 units is $35,150. So in this situation, I can only avoid $25,550 of cost in making the product. Why would I give up $25,550 in cost to spend $35,150 to purchase it? Okay, this would not be wise unless there is some superior type quality binding liability type insurance coverage that's coming with this binding that we can't provide ourselves. But just quantitatively, it is cheaper for us to manufacture this part ourselves than it is to outsource. It would cost us $9,600 more to outsource. So based on quantitative data, we would keep this in-house. Now your book says, what happens if the space that we free up by purchasing these bindings from Lancaster would allow us to manufacture another part, another product, and this product would generate $3,200 of profit. Now it also says that fixed cost would be the same as if we were producing them ourselves. So we look at a second alternative here. Once again, here are our costs originally to make the product. Okay, this doesn't change. The cost if we were to outsource it and not use any additional capacity is what we calculated before. And now what we're looking at is we do have those $2,400 in fixed cost if we continue to, if we decide to make our new product and outsource this one. So not only would we pay the outsourcing fee of $30,400, $3,800, and $950, these are the fees that we would pay to purchase a product. This is the $2,400 that we would still incur in fixed overhead because it's not going away, but I would also generate savings of $3,200 because I'm going to generate some profit. So the net result is $34,350. And still, It only costs $25,550 to make it compared to $35,150 and $34,350. So once again, we would still continue to make these bindings in-house unless there is some other qualitative factor that we need to address, and it's worth spending the additional $9,000 to move into a new product and simply outsource our binding. Okay, so once again, we've got the beginning for our quantitative discussion. Be sure you consider the qualitative factors as well.